Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you today, at some point in time, give a heck. Anyway, for those that understand that, great. For those that don't, I challenge you to DM me, drop me a comment. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk today is about confirmation bias. Is the tendency to search for, interpret, favor, and recall information that confirms or supports one prior personal beliefs or values. I'm going to say that again. My topic today is going to be about confirmation bias, and this is actually the definitions that I've actually got in front of me. Is the tendency to search for, to interpret, favor, and recall information that confirms or supports one prior personal beliefs or values. Well, I think we all suffer from confirmation bias, right? To a big extent in our lives. Some of us have outgrown it, obviously, more than others. And I got to thinking about this topic because of a podcast of Andy Vercella's a few days ago. Like 2 hour and 40-minute podcast. I think it's like he said, it was the longest one he's ever done. Freaking amazing though. If you haven't started listening to Andy Vercella, I highly suggest it. And on top of that, I would suggest as your number one podcast to listen to as a advert from my friend and mentor, go listen to 365 Driven podcast, Tony Whatley, right? You can find it on all the major podcast platforms. So 365 Driven would be the one that I recommend you listen to, especially his interview this week with a doctor. But anyway, let's go back to my topic though, as confirmation bias is driven by listening to Andy Vercella's Real AF podcast. I think it was dated the 12th. It might have been the 13th. You can find it on all major platforms. But confirmation bias is basically where we have a tendency. So let's say you believe something, right? And you're adamant about it. And you actually find, and somebody challenges with you, your belief system challenges you and says, and proves to you that your belief of what you thought about whatever topic it is, whatever, it might not even be a topic, it could be a career, it could be what you do in your career, it could be the way you process information, it could be anything. It can be any majority of different changes that have gone on in a principle or a process that you've implemented. So confirmation bias is basically, even though you know there's a truth that changes what you believe and what you've been presenting and projecting to others, you go out and try to find things that confirm your former incorrect belief system. You heard me right. You go out and you look for information to confirm your incorrect, your wrong belief system. And you will continue to look so that you can, instead of being honest and just saying to people, you know what? This is what I believed prior, but this is the new information I have at hand that debunks what I was believing, and this is what it is now. That is a person that you should want to be, aspire to be. You should want to hang out and have your tribe of people with individuals that believe that, confirmation bias exists, because it certainly does, right? And be that person that if somebody teaches you, or maybe it's something you read, or you learn that what you've been teaching, projecting, sleeping every night, thinking about it, waking up, having it in your waking life, right? You find out something is wrong, you need to change that. You need to go out and you need to start projecting the right information. And if people say to you, well, this isn't what you believed before, Dwight, just look at them and smile, and you said, you know what? You're right. That's what I used to believe. But I'm a person that also understands that new information comes forward, new things come to light, and our belief systems, our knowledge base, the things we could have believed for 5, 10, 15 years, maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's time to change your confirmation bias. Maybe it's time to stop looking to prove that what you were projecting that was incorrect was wrong. And that you're going to actually tell people, you know what, it's okay. That's what I used to believe. You're right. But now I've got new information that actually disproves or corrects some of the improper things that I was teaching, because at one time that was the de facto standard, but now today it's gone this way, right? Some of what we were taught, or what I've taught you, or what I've talked to you about has changed, right? But there's new information and I need to share that with you. And if you're humble about it, you don't come across as being defensive when people challenge you about your former belief system or knowledge base, it'll be fine. And if it's not fine and people get snotty and, give you that attitude that they might not trust you now that you've changed your belief system, that you understand what confirmation bias is, and you're not going to buy into that crap and try to prove the fact that your wrong information or society's wrong information that was taught to you is incorrect, right? Then you know what? You certainly shouldn't be listening to what I'm saying, because I believe that people that are caught in a rut are going to stay in a rut. And normally those type of people don't really associate well with me, because I'm always challenging myself to grow. I'm always challenging myself to get out of that confirmation bias or that rut of life. And I am going to learn, and I'm going to spread knowledge, and I'm going to assist and help others as a servant and be the leader they need me to be by serving them. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any comments, please feel free to DM me, drop me a comment below, reach out, share this information. But confirmation bias is a real problem that we have today in this society. And, thanks to Andy Frisella for reminding me how important it is that we don't sell out, and we admit when we have wrong information, that we admit that we need to share the correct information now that we know, that we need to be humble. That's my word, not Andy's. So I'm obviously sharing this with you and how I see it. But he struck that chord with me in that podcast about confirmation bias. So, right? You're wrong. You're wrong. You get good information that corrects you. You share that with others. You don't go out and try to find information to prove that all the information you've spewed out there is wrong, right? It's not the way to be. Be humble. Admit that you've made mistakes. Learn new information. Share it with others. Keep on growing. Keep on spreading the word until the day you die. Never stop wanting to grow and be the best version of yourself. Hey, Mark. Peace out. Appreciate you all. Hashtag replay for those that just jumped on and they watch this later. No, I appreciate you all, and I appreciate your support. God bless.